This playthrough is rated T for teen.
Greetings and salutations, viewers. Vauldemare back here with another episode of Star Wars: Knights of the Old Republic. In the last episode, we brought together two warring families, the Matellis and the Sandrolls. But after that, we couldn't let love stand for very long. Well, they had their love. We decided to continue on with our story and finally get to the plot. And now we've explored the ruins and we realize there's something here called the Star Forge and a few puzzles we have to get past before we can find out what this Star Forge is, or at least get an idea of it. So let's continue to explore this place. Uh-oh. Before us stands a massive droid. A guardian droid, which we'll take out rather easily, actually. And the fact that we have Vasila here and Carth, so we'll take them out pretty easily. Now, I've run across a weird little glitch in the game because I saved the game while I was still on speed, while I had the speed ability on. Now it's stuck on me. I don't know if sleeping or whatever will get rid of it, but I was doing some trial runs earlier and it was still on me while doing it. I find that funny, but I might switch to different characters while that's going on. While I'm walking around, unless I'm trying to get to a new area, just because it's kind of annoying I only like having the speed thing on when I'm running like across areas I've been to before, just to kind of get past. But if I'm like walking through a dungeon, I kind of just like where I don't need to run around. I'd rather kind of know where I'm going. But anyway, Guardian Droid's pretty easy. If you have iron grenades, you can use that to weaken a shield. But my build is pretty much. Now this is why I basically told you to put disable droid on Vasila, because it's very helpful.
What?
At least at this part.
Sure.
But anyway, after destroying that, we find an ancient terminal. Let's check it out. The ancient computer hums and throbs as you approach it. Its screen flickers to life, and a stream of incomprehensible characters scroll across it. You get multiple options here. Press a button, press many buttons, talk to the computer, kick the computer skill. By the way, computer skill never works, but I'll click it anyway just to show you. Failure. Given no knowledge of the ancient system and a patent inability to read its output, your attempt is doomed. Doomed! Yeah, you can never slice it no matter how good you are. So what we want to do is we want to talk to the computer. The computer goes silent. Its screen blank. A few extremely unusual characters then appear on the screen. The computer emits a rapid sequence of tones. You hear one of those tones softly echoed by your datapad. A small data receptacle opens up in front of the ancient machine. Now we get a new option. Insert your datapad into the receptacle. The computer seems to interfacing with your datapad. The screen goes blank again, and then more familiar characters begin to appear on the screen. Now remember how it took the computer a while to kind of pick up on your language? Well, let's talk to the computer again. The computer goes silent again, humming softly. It seems to be processing data from your datapad. Your datapad is released from the receptacle, and the machine goes silent for a moment before flickering to life again. Data interpretation complete. Language analysis complete. Continue. Interrogative. Identify 3 primary life-giving seed world types. Huh. Without knowing what's going on, you can only go by just basic knowledge of life in general. So, oceanic, because of, fish and coral and reef and all, you know what I mean. Oceanic is one. Additional type conductive life, additional seed world types. Grasslands, obvious. Now there can be life in desert, volcanic, and barren, but it's not the kind of life they're looking for. So let's choose a boreal. A boreal, I believe, isn't it ice? Or is that swamplands? I'll admit that's one of the few words I don't know what that means. A boreal, probably swamplands, but clicking that will give us the final answer to this. Planetary type conductive to life-breaking life seal. I wonder why I'd ask this for that. Well, let's keep exploring. It looks like that's all we can do with that. Now, by the way, you can't go through this door yet. It's locked.
If the droid is correct, then we must complete the tasks in the proving ground to the east and west before these doors will open.
I told us that before, but I thought I'd check it out just to show you guys. But anyway, let's go in this door right here. Let's see what this proving ground has to offer. Another guardian droid. Well, you know what to do, folks. Disable droid, if you have it. If not, then maybe use try to disable it with T3 or whatever, but we're just using this party for this part. So, same thing, he's going to have a shield on him. This guy's a little bit nastier because he can actually cryo-freeze you. I mean, really, I just pretty much use the same strategy. Yeah, this guy's a little bit difficult because of his ability to freeze him, but... I mean, there's a good chance, like, Vasila will hit with Yeah, too bad I can't do anything with Carl. With us having Master Flurry up too, pretty much just gonna wreck this guy eventually. Haha! Nothing compared to the power of two-handed Master Flurry double-bladed lightsaber. Well, I don't have a lightsaber yet. I will eventually. It just might take a bit. I could, if you're not using Vasila and you want to do my build, I would take hers off and give it to you, but, I mean, that's up to you. But, anyway, let's check this ancient terminal. Basically, it's the same thing. We want to talk to it. Insert the data pad again. Then talk to it again. Gonna skip that. It's gonna say this time it goes interrogative. Sorry. Identify 3 primary death-giving seed world types. Well, those are just choose the other 3 options from before. So we want to choose desert, volcanic, and barren. Like I said, they still give seeds, but they're just a different type of life force. But anyway, it says that the death seal has been unlocked. Huh. Well, that's the east and the west. What else is there? Well, if we do all those, we can now enter inside the Starforge room. So let's talk to Droid. You have proven yourself worthy. The sealed door is open. If you wish to learn the secrets of the Starforge, you must pass through the door to the room beyond. And then, yeah, you can ask questions about I don't need to. So anyway, oh wait, what direction? Okay, well, got stuck for a second. All right. Yeah, see, now I'm stuck. Like, I don't mind having the speed broken on me, really, for the rest of the game. But, you know, it is a little annoying. I think resting probably fixes that. But anyway, let's go on to the Starforge room. Huh. Not much here. Well, we only got one thing to check.
This must be what Revan and Malak found when they entered this temple. This must be where their journey down the dark side began.
Huh, so it is basically a galactic map. Well, what is it?
This is a map. Some sort of intergalactic navigational chart. Revan and Malak must have used this to lead them to the Starforge. We could use this map to follow their path and find the Starforge ourselves, but we must be wary. They may have laid traps or concealed what they found.
Also, didn't they go on this path and end up turning to the dark side? Wouldn't that be an issue for us too? Oh, we're not going to ask about that? Okay. So what is the Starforge exactly?
I don't know, but Revan and Malak were very interested in finding it. It must be a tool of some type, or maybe a weapon. Perhaps the Council can tell us more. But I think this map might be the key to finding the Starforge, whatever it is. See this world here? This looks like Korriban, a Sith world. And if that's Korriban, then this is Kashyyyk, and Tatooine, and Hizmanan. But there are pieces missing. Incomplete hyperspace coordinates, corrupted data, and there doesn't seem to be anything indicating where the Starforge itself might be.
Ah, we gotta... I see where this is going. We gotta go to all these different planets and find more Starforge maps. Thus, ladies and gentlemen, we add the MacGuffin of the game. Yes. Ha, like all good RPGs. Perhaps those worlds have more clues.
I was thinking that too. This map can't take us to the Starforge, but I know that Revan and Malak visited Korriban at least once. Perhaps they discovered something more there. They may have found something on each of the other worlds that completed this map. Maybe if we find all the pieces, they'll lead us to the Starforge, and some way to destroy it.
That sounds like quite a supposition. What if you're wrong?
What if I'm right? We can't ignore this. Finding the Starforge might very well be the key to defeating the Sith. We must inform the Council of what we've discovered. They must decide our next course of action, though I suspect our task has only just begun.
Huh. So, we did it. That's pretty much all that is to it. We found a piece of the Starforge, and we found that there might be 4 different locations we need to check out before we can find out like more about Malak, or Revan and Malak, and basically find a way to defeat Malak. So let's leave this place. Yeah, that's pretty much it. It's just a short little area. We could have finished this like way as soon as we got to Tatooine and became the Padawan. We could have just came straight here and finished this place and, you know, left to go to one of the next planets. By the way, spoilers, or I guess not spoilers, we're going to other planets to find these things, so although I think I said that like a long time ago. And it's pretty obvious that we were going to actually travel around. It's a BioWare game. At some point, you get to travel to different places, you know, at some point to explore the story. Alright, well, let's get back to the base. Now, usually I just teleport there and just have us go there, but I'm going to run back to it because, well, one, there's a couple of encounters we can do. Mainly these random ones. Gives us a few extra experience. Not necessary, of course. But hey, if they're there, let's do it. But no, there's a side quest we need to finally turn in after all this time.
Yes.
God, Whirlwind is so awesome. See, like, the game would say, hey, you gotta choose all good side or light side or dark side abilities depending on your build, but I will be frank with you people, I think the universal powers are probably infinitely better, except maybe force speed, and that depends on if you're playing a melee build like I am, but, you know, I'll tell you folks, the universal powers have a lot more uses, frankly, so. Anyway, let's talk to John here and tell him about the death of the Mandalorian leader.
Hunted. But now that you've killed some of them, they won't stop until you've defeated their leader. You must find him and kill him too.
I fought and killed their leader, because violence is the only way.
Thank you, young master. My daughter can now, I think, rest in peace. Here is the reward I promised you.
Thank you, John. We'll get you the reward and some light side points. What's it that's give you more? He'll give you more, but you'll get, I think you get dark side points for that, and then there's no need for reward, which basically, you still get the reward, but you get more light side points for being selfless.
No, please take it. This pitiful amount will never be enough for what you have done for me. Again, I thank you. I will be sure to tell the council of your great deed.
Alright, we finished that. I think you get like 250 credits. Let's see, where's my... see, how much did I have before? I think I had like 61 something. Oh, okay, so it only gives you like a small amount of credits. Yeah, we didn't do it for the credits anyway. Like I said, there are other ways to grind for those, so... Oh, hello. Vasila seems to have something on her mind. Perhaps you should talk to her. Well, that's true. I haven't really gotten through a conversation with Vasila before.
How can I help?
Huh. I can ask her about bothering her or that dream. Well, let's ask her about Dantooine first. We never actually talked to her about that.
Dantooine is a peaceful and pastoral planet. There are a few large communities. Mostly what you will find here are ranchers and farmers. I find it a tranquil place like few in the galaxy. The perfect site for the Jedi Enclave. You will like it here.
That's not bad, except for the Mandalorians and the Cathans that attack you every other second, and us trying to solve the problem with two old fogies who can't get over themselves. But yeah, it's beautiful. You look like something's bothering you, Vasila.
No, not bothering me. Not exactly. I've been thinking about what the Jedi Council said about the two of us. There is a bond between us. I do not dispute that. I can feel it, as I'm sure you can. The nature of that bond and its effect on our mission remain in question.
Wait, is the... You know, the way she says is it's almost like the Jedi Council is purposely trying to ship us together. Wait, was that around before it became a thing? Who knows? Anyway, I think you're more interested in this bond. The bond means my presence is necessary. Can't believe what did the council say. So there's a lot of ways to go about this. Now, if you want to... Well, there's some obvious interactions with certain characters in the game that if you want like certain things to happen... So, basically, just kind of point out the idea that perhaps she's more interested in you if you want to... If you're playing the female version of this character, then it doesn't really matter what you say, depending on how you, if you want to be a dick or not, but I think you're interested in more than just the bond between us.
Please. I'm a Jedi. Such feelings, such attractions are, well, they're beneath me, quite frankly. I admit I find you intriguing. I mean, I find your command of the Force intriguing, but... My interest in you is purely academic. Surely you can understand why. Our fates are strongly connected. So connected that a literal bond has been forged between us. I saw your service records when you were transferred aboard the Ender Spire, but nothing beyond that. I know very little about you. I'd like to ask you some questions, given our relationship.
So wait, we had the red ribbon of destiny, or what? Red string of destiny that they do in like Japanese manga, something like that. I can't believe I'm making reference to stuff like that when I find Star Wars to be a lot cooler than that type of stuff. Our relationship? Is this some kind of clumsy come-on?
I was referring to the bond we share. The one the Jedi Council spoke of. If I was actually interested in you, rest assured I could come up with a much better approach than this.
It is kind of funny trying to banter with Vasila about she's like, I don't like you. Like, I was about to use another Japanese term, and I hate doing that. So let's just say there's a type of that type of character. Whoa, I guess I touched a nerve there, huh?
Touched a nerve? No. Getting on my nerves, most definitely. I suppose this is what you men consider being witty. Now, are you going to answer my questions, or would you rather just keep annoying me?
Hey, hey, if it's General Hale doing the voice, I'll annoy her just to get her to get a reaction out of her. Sorry. Actually, Jennifer Hale's actually pretty good looking if you find a picture of her. But anyway, that's not important. Yes, I'll answer a few questions.
Don't worry, these are simple questions, nothing too intrusive. First, what kind of background do you have?
Okay. Yeah, basically can be rude, jokey, snarky, and straightforward. I was a scout. The fleet recruited me for my skills.
Good. On which planet were you born?
Are we in a therapy session? She acts like she knows the answer to these, but she's asking us anyway. Kashyyyk, I'm a Wookiee, can't you tell? Dorelia, it's in a remote system. Why?
Excellent. Your current age is?
Or that, or you're talking to me like a teacher to a student. I'm not sure. 3012, healthy living, you know? Wasn't all this in my surveys records?
Yes. Well, the truth is, I was studying how you responded to my questions. Your reactions helped me judge you. This was a test for me to learn more about your character.
What'd you find out?
You were honest, which is good. And you treated this as a serious matter, which it is. This bond we share will shape both our destinies. It is not to be taken lightly. But I imagine you've had enough questions for a while. So many things have happened to you since Taurus. It's probably a lot for you to absorb. We can speak again later, after you've had time to think about all this.
Well, you know what? We could question her about the
How
dream.
can I
Let's go
help?
and do that too while we're here. Yeah, we're pretty much good, I think, on knowing more about her for at least for a bit. But let's ask about that dream.
It was less of a dream and more of a vision the two of us shared. But I am certainly willing to answer any questions the Jedi Council did not.
I still don't understand why we shared this vision.
Are you wondering why we shared the vision? Or why we even received it in the first place? To the first, I can only repeat the answer that the Council gave us. Our fates are linked, and for two as strong as we are in the Force, that amounts to a near-physical bond. As to the second, I truly don't have an answer for you. The Force works as it will, and perhaps we should be grateful for what we've been given.
I guess. How did our fates become linked?
I don't know. Believe me, I certainly don't find the prospect of being joined to you enjoyable in any fashion.
Wait, I mean, have I really ever been truly rude to Vasila? What's with the kind of the, I don't want to be touched by you or something like that? Well, well, thanks a lot. Believe me, the feeling's mutual. It just seems a little convenient.
The Force often seems to cause events that bend the laws of probability, especially with those that are strongly affiliated with it. In this respect, you and I will simply have to become accustomed to such convenience. We are the tools of the Force, and we will do as it wills.
Not me, I do what I want. Nuh-uh, I do what I want. You have no free will of our own then? Make the Force sound alive.
There is no evidence one way or the other. What you believe the Force to be ultimately will decide who you are.
And it's the idea of like, well, does God exist? Well, you could disprove it, but there's really no way to actually prove it other than just, you know, the giant spaghetti monster theory. I have another
What would you
question.
like to know?
Why did we dream of Malak and Revan?
Perhaps because we desired to. Perhaps because they came to this planet and were strong enough in the Force to leave a trace.
I certainly don't want to dream about them. What do you mean by trace? Isn't it a bit convenient to dream about our enemies?
And what else should we dream about except that which is most important to our fate? We dreamed about Revan and Malak either because we were meant to or because we needed to. There is no other way to look at it.
No, still interesting. What do you think Malak and Revan were doing?
I have no idea. It was obviously important, however. That is why we must investigate this further.
True, we're not going to solve it immediately. I'm not sure I look at the idea of you being in my dream. I mean, it's an interesting question, but do you think we'll receive any more of these visions?
With luck, we will. I would rather not rely on such visions to guide us, but when we have so little else to go on, and the galaxy hangs in the balance.
Ah, visions. When the writers don't know how to get the players from plot A to plot B.
As you wish. You really should return our thoughts to business anyway.
Oh, sure, the Star Wars universe is all about, you know... Oh, apparently Carth is kind of busy too. Well, why don't we just talk to everyone, shall we? Hey, Carth.
Yes, what's on your mind?
I don't mind. It's probably the best time as any since we finished that one plot area. And we're about to start the next leg of the game, so... you've been quiet lately, you know that?
Have I been quiet? Suppose I have. I guess I just don't like being left out of the loop.
Left out of the loop? I don't understand.
Left out of the loop, you know, not being told anything, strung along. It's really starting to irritate me. For one thing, I want to know what the Jedi Council said to you. They pulled you in there and refused to tell me a thing about it.
That is none of your concern, Carth, and you would do well to leave the matter be.
I respect you, Vasila, but you've been as closed-mouthed as the rest of the Council. If you won't talk to me, then maybe somebody else will.
I like the fact that one of the options for Carth was like, poor little baby doesn't just get left in the cold. None of your business. More important than I find the smart maps. Why should anything the Jedi do seem strange to you? They thought it was more important that I help find the star maps. I like the fact that since my character's stuck on permanent speed right now, his animations are quicker too. I just noticed that. Anyway.
And why is that? You were a great help on Terrace, but why would they keep you with us? Don't they have to train you?
You know, for a character that's supposed to technically just be a soldier, you know, Carth is actually pretty perceptive and intelligent when you really think about it, because a lot of people find Carth to be kind of boring, but if you listen to the way he talks, he kind of has a pretty good idea of what's going on. He's missing some pieces, you know, like, I don't know. Let's continue on, you'll know what I mean. I'm doing pretty well so far, it's none of your business. They said there's a bond between Vasila and myself.
A bond? What kind of bond? You mean to say that they told you that you were tied to Vasila in some way? I have trouble believing that. You're a neophyte Padawan who's been saddled with the responsibility of tracking down these star maps. Why? That's not normal. I am not trying to provoke you or to imply that you're somehow responsible for the Jedi Council, but give me a hand here. There has to be a reason.
See? Like, in all Western RPGs, when you're, like, designated to save the world or a country or kingdom or whatever, he's like one of the few characters that goes, you just became a Padawan and they want you to do all this. What the hell? You know? And you're like... That's a good point. Anyway, I'm sick of you having to... Vasila and I have a bond, so we have to do this. That's all I'm going to say. Are you saying I'm not needed?
No, I didn't mean that you weren't wanted, or that I want to go. It's just... Damn it. Well, I'll tell you this much. I'm not going to wait around until I'm betrayed again.
It's just what you got to do. I like that response, like, what are you going to do about it, punk? I'm sick of listening to this. Shut up or leave. No. I'm not going to betray you, and I am not Saul.
Yeah, we'll just see about that, won't we? Look, I didn't mean it that way. I want to get to Saul, not... No, forget it. It just seems that all I can do is insult you, isn't it? Just forget I said anything. Let's just get on with what we were doing.
I didn't think you were insulting me, not really, but yeah. Let's finally talk to the Jedi Council and tell them what happened, and see if we can finally get on with the story. Yeah, I did spend like way too much time doing the side quest, which unfortunately we've got 4 planets to go to. Although, if I remember correctly, out of all the planets, let's see, Corbin's pretty straightforward. There are a couple side quests there. Let me think. Is that the way? No, that takes me to that unlock. Let's see. Manon's got a 1 or 2 side quests, but that's pretty straightforward as well. Kashyyyk, same thing. I think Tatooine's like the only planet that kind of has a bit more side quests, but overall, I think the last of the planets are pretty much straightforward, with like maybe like 1 or 2 side quests.
You have returned, young Padawan. Have you discovered what it was that Revan and Malak sought in those ruins?
You could lie, but they... if you lie, they just said we had someone follow you and saw you enter the ruins or something like that. So, or if Vasila is with you, she just tells them anyway. So let's just tell them the truth. I mean, it's funnier to lie, especially if you've got no one, if you got like Canderous or whoever else. But anyway, we found an incomplete star map and mention of something called a star forge.
This news of a star forge is disturbing. Action is required, but we must not do so in haste. We must discuss recent events in light of this new information.
We should consult the Jedi archives to see if there's any mention of the Star Forge and what it might do. We must learn why Revan and Malak sought it out.
Return to your ship with Vasila, and we will summon you when we are done. Padawan, you have done well in discovering the star map hidden within the ancient ruins. But there is more you must do in the battle against Malak and the Sith. We Jedi know victory over the Sith will not come through martial might. The Council has a mission for you, Padawan.
I've consulted our vast archives in an effort to discover the nature of this Star Forge, but all my efforts have been in vain.
Still, the Council are in agreement. The Star Forge must be found. Revan and Malak sought it out when they began their tragic fall. The Star Forge is surely a powerful tool of the dark side.
The star map in the ruins showed you 4 planets, but it was incomplete. It did not show the location of the Star Forge itself. We believe there may be similar star maps on other planets. Each star map is likely a small piece of a larger puzzle. Find the star maps on Kashyyyk, Tatooine, Manan, and Korriban, and we believe they will lead you to the Star Forge.
All right, sounds like we got our MacGuffin story ready to go. Sounds like a suicide mission to me. I am ready to do the Council's will because I am a peon who can't think for himself.
The Jedi numbers have been ravaged by this war, by defections to Malak's cause, and by Sith assassins. But we realize the importance of this mission. Yet if we send a company of Jedi Knights with you, we would surely draw the full attention of Malak and the Sith, dooming your efforts to failure.
Yeah, at least they give us an explanation why they can't just give us a ton of Jedi to help us, so... Good, others will slow me down. Am I to undertake this task alone?
Secrecy is our best defense against the Sith. But it would be foolish to send you on this quest without someone to aid you, young Padawan. Vasila will accompany you, for there is a powerful connection between you two. A connection that might be the key to unraveling the mysteries uncovered by Revan. And Juhani has also asked to accompany you. After long deliberation, we have granted her request.
Juhani nearly fell to the dark side. Perhaps her presence will serve as a reminder to you of the dangers of that path.
Well, and basically in a nondescript way, Juhani joins the party. More party members! Yeah, with Juhani. Actually, Juhani is actually a pretty good character. That's why I told you that even if you're playing a dark side player, it's kind of suggested to keep her, like, recruit her anyway. You have to recruit her by keeping her alive and not killing her. Killing her is the... You can fight her and kill her even without dark side if you fail to choose the right responses or persuade her. But anyway, try to keep her alive. And like I said, she's a good... Actually, you, Vasila, and Juhani are actually a really solid party too. So, but yeah, we have her on our team. All right. Too bad there's no like pomp and circumstance where she comes in saying, "I've been told to join you." They just say you join her, and when you leave this conversation, she's on your party selection screen after that. So, all right, great. Vasila and the Catwoman. Anyone else you want to stick with me? No. There are others that want to join me.
Of course, those who aided you on Taris will also come. They possess skills you may find useful in your quest. Remember that secrecy and discretion are paramount to your success. You will not be able to hide the fact that you are a Jedi, nor should you. But the true nature of your mission must not reach Malak's ears. You may return here at any time. Dantooine will be a sanctuary for you, a safe haven. Here you can find supplies and whatever advice or other aid we may give you.
All right. You can count on me. I will not fail. When do I leave? Why should I risk my life to stop Malak? You can count on me. I will not fail.
You can leave whenever you wish. The sooner the better. The longer you wait, the stronger Malak becomes. But first, a warning, young Padawan. The lure of the dark side is difficult to resist. I fear this quest to find the Star Forge could lead you down an all too familiar path.
The fate of the galaxy is in your hands, young Padawan. We pray you are up to the challenge. May the Force be with you.
Now, wait a minute, familiar path? What do you mean? Like, familiar as in what Revan and Malak went through, or me? Your words are strange, Jedi, and I do not like it. But, well, before we leave, let's do a last little checkup on them. I think Vandar says a couple of different things when we talked to him.
I have heard that the Sandrels and Matalis have agreed to cooperation in the construction of a new estate to house their children. Apparently, a son of one family and the daughter of the other are getting married. I also hear that we have you to thank for this happy occurrence. I am glad that you are using the authority our order wields to achieve some measure of good.
It's it's kind of funny if you go and tell them if you do the dark side version and murder all of them, they're like, oh, sad case of the Sandrels and Matalis like kill each other in gruesome combat. We know it's not your fault, or something like that. They end up not blaming you, even though they should. But
you must not fail in your mission. Find the star maps that lead to the Star Forge. This is the only way to stop Malak and his Sith followers. You and Vasila are the galaxy's last desperate hope.
But beware that dark side. Vasila will guide you, but she herself is young and new to the ways of the Jedi. You must help her as much as she helps you.
The fate of the galaxy is in your hands, young Padawan. We pray you are up to the challenge. May the Force be with you.
I think Varuk also says something, especially if you mention the Mandalorians.
It is well that you are still alive, Padawan, in that you have not yet managed to fail us completely. Why is it that you are now bothering me instead of seeking out the star map?
If you didn't have an awesome voice, Jonathan Winters, I'd punch you in the mouth. I mean, why does the Council not stop the Mandalorian Raiders?
So you heard about them, did you? They've been harmless up till now. It is tragic that someone had to die before we took action. You have our leave to deal with the murdering Mandalorian raiders, should you encounter them.
Well, don't worry, I already killed them.
It is well that you are still alive,
Okay.
Padawan.
I think that's
You have
it.
a mission to... The Council has...
Yeah. Zara doesn't say anything new, neither does Dorak. Let me check.
You must not fail in your... You and
Okay.
Vasila.
Okay, good. That's it, pretty much. Dantooine is completely finished. Now, if you want to come back here for, like, if you didn't, you can actually finish these side quests at any time if you want. I just wanted to get them out of the way now. It's easier than that way. But that's it. Dantooine, really, you realistically don't have to come here ever again. We're good to go. So, with that out of the way, it's time for us to finally time for us to take our journey out into the world of Star Wars, explore the different planets, and make our way to find a piece of the Star Forge. So in the next episode of Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, we'll do just that. Thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. And may the Force be with you.